Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 6, Tsumihoroboshi. So, last time we see, I suppose, the effects of Rena killing both Rena and Tepe, right? Her and her father or their relationship is already improving. It's being much more better, right? And Rena is very happy now, as we see when she went to school, right? And let's see what happens today. And Keiichi and the friends went to the dump, right? And Rena is there. So basically, the intro scene. So this was the intro scene, and this is a continuation of that. I mean, Rena finished making her confession. There was no applause or curtain call. It was quiet and lonely stage that Rena performed all alone. I think I'd forgotten to blink since her confession started. Everybody else seemed to be feeling the same way. Rena looked at us, like she was a teacher waiting for questions from her students. We noticed that she was imitating what Chia-sensei does at the end of class, and we all smiled bitterly.
さっきまでね、野号地の方に行ってたの。袋を埋める場所を探しに。絶対見つからない場所に隠そうと思うと、なかなかいい場所が見つからないの。自分の家の庭に埋める方がむしろ安心じゃないかななんて考えたりもしたっけ。でもそれじゃあやっぱり危ないよね。お父さんが突然家庭菜園をやりたいなんて言い出すかもしれないもん。やっぱり遠くの山奥がいい。あの女をたとえ死んだ後でもお父さんに近づけたくなかったし。
I felt like I did something very bad. Oh, this is Keiichi, yes. I was like, Rena, yes, of course he did. No, but this is Keiichi. Rena's plan was going smoothly. If I'd only hunted for the mahjong tiles instead of insisting on doing something else, this wouldn't have happened. When I looked at the others, they all seemed to be regretting their actions too. If Mion hadn't come up with the idea to play at the garbage dump, if Satiko hadn't found that broken refrigerator, if Rika-chan had convinced us not to go, Rena could have a few more days and she could have gotten rid of these trash bags. They never would have been found. Then what would have happened next? Nothing. Everything would have remained the same. We could have kept having happy and peaceful days. Rena had been through a hard time, but she'd been forcing her face into a smile for us. The fake smile was supposed to become a real smile one day. None of us were supposed to notice that Rena was going through a hard time. After a while, Rena was supposed to be able to forget the bitter memory of killing these two, and she was supposed to live as if nothing had happened. But now all her effort, all her courage, had been ruined.
人殺しはいけないことだってことは私だって知ってるよ。したくなんかなかったし、これからだってしたくないと思ってる。でもね、これが最善の努力だったって信じてるし、私は悪いことをしたなんてこれっぽっちも思ってない。私は幸せで平穏な生活を取り戻すために神様から与えられた等しいチャンスの中で最大限に努力しただけ。製品であれば不幸せでもいいなんてのは満たされた人間の綺麗事だよ。その精一杯は世界中の誰にだってけなせない。むしろ私を褒めてほしいくらい、称えてほしいくらい。竜宮レナは自らの運命と戦った。そして打ち勝った。
I don't know why I did it, but I interrupted her. I shouldn't have, but I thought I needed to tell her this, so I did.
でもレナ、どうして俺たちに相談してくれなかったんだよ。
相談？
そうだよ。俺たちは仲間だろ。仲間ってのは何があっても無条件で味方になってくれる家族同然の存在じゃないのかよ。俺たちに相談してくれれば何かの力になれたかもしれない。 そうすればレナは自分の手を汚さずに済んだかもしれない。
What Rena told us made me sad. I couldn't help myself from saying that to her. Rena told us straight that she did the best she could. She told us that right to our faces. That's the same thing as saying as she didn't need us in order to do the best she could.
ケイちゃん、今はそんなこと言っても。
いや頼む、言わせてくれ。喜びだって苦しみだって分け合うのが俺は仲間だって思ってる。だからレナが相談してくれたらきっと今よりもより良い未来へたどり着けていたと信じてる。
今よりより良い未来？そんなのないよ。これが最善の未来だよ。
嘘だな。
My shout seemed to scare her a little. I knew that Rena didn't believe that this was the best possible future. She just didn't have any other choice. If she had other choices, she definitely would have haven't chosen or have chosen this one.
だってその証拠にレナはさっきから泣いてるじゃないか。
はあ？誰が？私が？いつ涙を流したの？
今だよ。ずっと流してるじゃないか。自分で分かってないのか？
In fact, I didn't see any tears in her eyes or on her face at all. But that didn't mean she wasn't crying. Rena was crying. She was crying because she was driven into a corner after all the hard work she did to become happy. Her tears looked sad. Anyone who couldn't see those tears wasn't really thinking about her.
私は泣かないよ。誰が泣くものか。私は正しいことをした。最善の選択をした。それでどうして泣かなくちゃならないの？ケイイチのバカバカ、何を言ってるか全然わかんないや。
それが泣いてるって言ってんだよ。
Rena stopped laughing all of a sudden and she spoke with a cold expression on her face.
じゃあいいよ。ケイイチくんの言った通りにしたとしてみよう。私がみんなにお父さんとあの女のことを打ち明けた。さあ、どうしてくれるの？
まずは
何？
Yeah, the thing of what Keiichi is saying is, remember when Mion interrupted? Like, it's easy to tell now because Rena already did it, right? But for example, at the moment, if Rena did tell them, what can they do, right? It's hard to say what they can do. Yeah, like, look at this, he can't answer. Rena had never talked to me like this before. It was as if she was mocking my ignorance, and that made me shut my mouth.
ケイイチくんは去年を知らないんだよ。
去年？
そう、
The one with Satoshi?
去年。昭和57年6月。私と同じように人を殺めることでしか抜けられない不幸の迷宮に閉じ込められた人のお話を。
But what Keiichi is just saying is, he just wanted to prevent Rena from killing anyone. That's what he wanted to say, basically. Right? Could have prevented it, yes. He wished that they could have prevented that from happening at least.
ケイイチくんはあまり知らないよね。北条聡くんのことは。
I know that he's Satoko's older brother. He's been missing, but people say he transferred. There's a rumor that he killed his aunt for Satoko's sake. Therefore, it's been taboo to talk about Satoshi in my class. Actually, in all of Hinamizawa.
聡くんもね、私と同じだった。ただ幸せで平穏な日々が欲しかっただけ。妹と静かに暮らせる生活が欲しかっただけ。ケイイチくんも去年殺された聡子ちゃんのおばさんがどういう人だったかは噂聞いてるよね。
If what I've heard is true, this is what happened. After Satoko lost her parents, her uncle and aunt got custody of her and her brother, but they were miserable people. Her aunt was especially cruel to Satoko. Satoshi was the kind of guy who wouldn't even hurt a fly. But his aunt probably was the only one whom he didn't have a problem killing. That's how terrible a person she was.
北条家のトラブルはね、ひなみ沢では誰もが知っていたんだよ。おばさんがヒステリックで頭のネジのどうかしてることも、サトシ君とサトコちゃんを意味もなくいじめていたことも全部ね。もちろんクラスの誰もが知っていた。御三家の当主跡継ぎであるみーちゃんとリカちゃんだってもちろん知ってたし、サトコちゃんに至っては当事者だもんね。ケイイチ君の言う仲間たちはひなみ沢の誰よりもよくサトシ君の辛さを分かっていたはずなんだよ。それで結果はどうだった？誰かがサトシ君を助けてくれた？誰も助けなかった。みーちゃんは一番力があるくせに村のしがらみがどうとかよくわからない理由で煙に巻いて、結局無責任な同情の言葉をかけて傷つけるだけだった。
そんなことはないよ。
嘘だ！サトシ君は分かってたよ。みーちゃんが口ぶりだけは同情してるふりをしながらも全然助ける気がないことを分かってた。だからサトシ君はね、途中からみーちゃんのことを嫌うようになったんだよ。普段は仲間だとか友達だとか言っておきながら、結局は北条家をいじめる園崎家の一味でしかなかったってね。
私は別に
何も救わずに放置した。サトシ君の助けてほしい思いを同情という言葉で拒絶したんだ。それがどれほどサトシ君を傷つけたか分かってる？
Mion tried to find something to say but failed to do so. She bit her lip instead.
それはリカちゃんも同じだよね。
Now Rena was pointing fingers at Rika-chan. Unlike Mion, Rika-chan looked emotionless and empty just like Rena did.
リカちゃんは確かにみーちゃんに比べたらその発言力は微々たるものかもしれない。でも神社に出入りしてるお年寄りたちにとても大きな発言力を持っていたはずだよ。リカちゃんにもできる努力があったのにしなかった。リカちゃんも結局はみーちゃんと同じ哀れみの表情を浮かべて小娘を装っただけだった。するのはサトシ君やサトコちゃんを慰めるだけ。その根本原因に対して何の手も差し伸べようとしなかった。そんな無慈悲な哀れみがどれほど残酷だったか想像できる。サトシ君が欲しかったのは救いだった。誰かに助けて欲しかった。自分の力だけではどうしても抜け出せない苦境だったから。首まで沈もうとする沼の中で精一杯手を伸ばして誰かに掴んでもらうことを期待していたんだよ。そうね。
Rika-chan's voice sounded mature. It was very different from how she usually sounded.
サトシたちを救う方法がわからなかったから慰め、それにかまけ救う何かを探し続けなかった罪は否定しないわ。
Is this the older voice? It just sounds like Rika though. But yeah, much more serious.
分かってるじゃない。
Rena gave her a twisted smile. That ugliness caused me to look away.
そしてサトコちゃん、あなたに信じられるかわからないけれど、あなたの罪はとても重い。
I didn't understand why she was blaming Satoko. I tried to take her side, but I gasped in surprise when I looked at her. Her eyes, again. She looked like she was accepting the sin that Rena had mentioned. Satoko must have wanted to confess her sin before Rena pointed it out to her. And so Satoko opened her mouth first.
信じてくださるかどうかは分かりませんけど、ちゃんと気づいてますのよ、その罪。そうなんだ。ニーニーがいなくなってしまったあの夜に気づきましたのよ。それをどうしてニーニーがいるうちに気づけなかったのか。わかるよ、その気持ち。後悔した時にはもう遅いというのは私も同じだったから。だから私は同じことがもう一度起こったから今度は戦った。さとこちゃんのその罪はきっと将来あがなえるよ。その罪に気づけたならきっとね。それでももうニーニーは帰ってきませんのね。
Satoko looked down sadly. Usually Satoko would say the opposite. She always said that Satoshi was coming back one day without a doubt. But now she accepted the fact that he would never return. She accepted it easily as if she knew it already because he's her older brother.
ね、
She asked me all of a sudden.
これが私と同じ苦境にいた昭和57年のみんな。サトシ君は自分を助けてくれそうな人たちにはみんなに全てを話したよ。助けてほしいと言ったし、辛いとも言った。打ち明けた、相談した。転校してきたばかりの私にまでね。それはみっともないことじゃない。本当に不幸な人はね、必死なんだよ。サトシ君は自分でも懸命に頑張ってた。それでもどうにもならないからみんなに助けを求めた。ずっと求めてた。でもね、これが圭一君の言う無条件で味方になってくれる仲間たちの体たらくなんだよ。仲間なんて楽しくてどうでもいい時間を一緒に寄り合って過ごすだけのお友達。本当に辛い時に味方になってなんてくれないんだよ。昔からそうだったよ。引っ越し先でもそうだったからね。だから私、自分がサトシ君と同じ状況になったと知った時、私は仲間に打ち明けるのなんかやめようってね。だってどうせ誰も助けてくれないし助けられないものなら、同情なんて気がめいるだけなんだよ。せめて学校にいる間くらい楽しく過ごした方が気が紛れていいかもしれないもの。実際みんなと楽しく過ごす学校の時間は楽しかったよ。とっても幸せだった。あの女たちとのトラブルをわずかの時間でも忘れることができて本当に良かった。サトシ君もそれに気づけていたらよかったね。そうだったなら学校での時間くらいは楽しく過ごせて、あそこまで心を追い詰めずに済んだかもしれない。どうせ自らの手でおばを殴り殺す以外に解決方法はなかったのだし。転校してきたばかりで村のこともほとんど覚えていない私にはサトシ君をどう助けてあげればいいかわからなかった。できるのは話を聞いてあげて少しでも心を軽くしてあげるだけ。でもそれ以上に助けることができたのかもしれないし、私もその努力を怠っていたかもしれない。それなのに昭和57年の私はサトシ君と仲間のつもりだったんだよね。
Rena's self-derisive laughter changed into grievous sobs. Her tears gradually wore away at a relationship of trust. Nobody will help me. Friends are just people whom you have fun with. You can't trust them. The more Rena cried, the clearer we heard her voice in our heart. Mion, Satoko, and Rika-chan looked into the distance with sad expressions on their faces. But yeah, I think what Rena was saying here is, yeah, kind of true though, right? Yeah, especially with Satoshi there last year. Like, people can sympathize with you. You can tell them, oh yeah, I have problems like this. But at the end of the day, that thing or the way they sympathize will not get rid of the problem, right? So, yeah. Okay, I was the only one who could say anything back to her now. I had to tell her this. And she knew it too. She just needed to hear it from someone. I braced myself, to tell her something that might hurt everybody.
よくわかったぜ、レナ。昭和57年のことはよくわかった。こいつらが白状だったってこともわかったさ。でもよ、サトコだって言ったろ。こいつらはみんな自分の罪に気がついた。後悔した。だから今度は違うはずだ。今度は仲間の苦しみを真に理解して助けてくれるはずなんだ。
去年いなかった人に言われても信憑性ないね。
ああ、そうだ。俺は去年いなかった。だから残念だぜ。去年の俺がもしここにいたならば、サトシのために絶対に戦った。
But yeah, for Keiichi, maybe Keiichi would help. Remember the third chapter? For Satoko, he did everything, right? Yeah, maybe Keiichi would have helped Satoshi though, right? Yeah.
そうだ。
Keiichi is much more vocal, I mean, when it comes to like things like this.
嘘じゃねえ。俺はひなみ沢に来てからどれだけ仲間がかけがえのないものかを知った。だからそんな仲間たちを救うためなら俺はどこまでも戦うぜ。サトコやサトシをいじめるおばがそんなにもうぜえやつなら、サトシになんかもったいねえ。この俺が叩き殺してやった。ものの1500秒でだ。躊躇なんかしねえぞ。速攻だ。学校の倉庫あたりから金属バットの一本もちょろまかして即ぶっ殺してた。
口先だけならどうとでも言えるね。人を殺すのにどれだけの思い切りがいるかも知らないくせに。
知らねえし知る必要もねえな。仲間を救う以上の義務がどこにあるってんだ。
ケイチ君は全然分かってない。人を殺すことがどれだけ汚らわしい行為で、どれだけ自らを美化しようとも決して振り払えない汚れであることを分かってない。
そうだな。確かに仲間を救うためでも直ちに人殺しってのは短絡的すぎるよな。レナの言い分に相反するようで悪いけど、悪いことに悪いことで立ち向かうってのは多分うまくいかないようにできていると思うんだ。仲間のためなら人殺しだって厭わないその精神だけは立派だと思う。だけどな、悪いことで得た平穏ってのは絶対に長く続いたりしないんだ。
I like that. But the peace I get by doing an evil deed won't last forever. See? Yeah, you can have peace now. That was a nice, what do you call this phrase here? Very nice.
それを人は本能的に知ってるから悪いことを嫌うんじゃないかと思うんだ。
Like it's inevitable once you do something bad like that. Like you would get happy times and then, yeah, ending will be tragic.
何それ。ケイチ君が何を口走ってるのかよくわかんないよ。
She didn't have to tell me that. I was aware I wasn't making any sense. But for some reason, I could easily imagine a world like that. A world in which I saved my precious friends by committing an evil act. The peace I seized by doing that evil deed didn't last long. It got worse and it ended in a way as terrible as a sin I committed. Yeah, basically in Higurashi, right? This was a memory that shouldn't exist. I don't know why. Wait, he's remembering that? What? Wait, what? But I know for a fact that it happened in that world of possibility. What, so he's remembering the world of Higurashi?
すまん。俺も自分で何を言ってるのか意味がわからなくなった。
For some weird reason, I couldn't prevent myself from smiling in embarrassment even in a situation like this.
でも、レナは分かってるはずだ。だから、自らの手を汚すほかなかった運命を、助けて欲しかった俺たちを嘆いてるんじゃないか。レナは殺人者になんかなりたくなかったんだ。これが最善の選択だったなんて絶対嘘なんだ。だからさっきからずっと泣き続けているんじゃないか。
そうだ、嘘だ、嘘だ、嘘だ、そんなのは嘘だ。
嘘かどうかはお前が一番知ってるんじゃねえか。最初から後悔してるんだろ。たとえ誰にも知られることなく死体を隠せたとしたって一生両手についた血は落とせないんだ。そんな十字架を背負って生きていく苦痛をどうやってごまかす。一つしかない。これしか方法がなかったと思い込むことだけじゃないか。それはつまり仲間に相談する価値がないって思うこと、仲間を一生否定し続けるってことだぞ。レナにとって俺たちはその程度の存在だったのか。違うだろ。本当に助け合える関係なのが仲間だってことを一番最初から信じてたんだろ。確かに去年の仲間たちはまだ未熟だった。だからサトシを不幸な運命から救えなかった。でも人は成長するんだ。ミスは二度と犯さないし後悔は二度と繰り返さない。だから信じろ。俺たちは仲間だ。お前の一番の味方なんだ。
つまりそれは私も未熟だったってこと？
そうだ。仲間たちが日々成長していることを信じられなかったレナも未熟だ。だがそれを責める気はないぜ。俺たちだってレナが一人悩むのを今日まで気づけなかった。人は語り合うことでしか胸の内を明かせない。だから今日のこの場までは仕方がなかったことかもしれない。そういう意味では言いたくはないが、今日という日がレナにとって最善の選択の向こうにあったことを認めざるを得ないかもしれない。でも俺たちは今この場になってようやく胸の内を全て語り合った。レナが去年からずっと持っていた不信感も俺たちが持っていた後悔も全部吐き出し合った。だから俺たちは今こそようやく本当の意味での仲間になれたんだよ。
本当に今更だね。いつも罪は手遅れになってから気づかされる。
そうでもねえさ。例えば俺は仲間であるレナの今回のこの出来事を理解できる。
理解できるって？
人の命を奪うのは許されることじゃないっていう道徳的なことはもちろん理解している。でもそれを理解した上で仲間であるレナがこうするほかなかったことを理解する。 だから俺はレナを汚らわしいと思わないし、恐ろしいとも思わない。次に同じようなことがあったら、今度はこういう結果にならないように悩み合おう。だけどすでに起こってしまったこの出来事を俺は理解する。理解ってのはつまり許すということだ。俺はレナのこの行為を否定したりしない。
I said it to everybody this time. I said it to all my friends.
俺はレナのやったこの出来事を受け入れる。これしかどうしようもなくて悩み抜いた上で至った最後の最後の手段だったってことを受け入れる。だから俺はレナに協力しようと思う。
ケイちゃん。
もちろん殺した理由が金目当てだとかそんなくだらねえのだったら警察へ叩き出してやってるぜ。だけどな、レナはそんな気持ちでやったんじゃない。どうしても逃げられなくて悩み抜いた末に至った今日なんだ。レナの罪はそこに至るまでに俺たちに相談しなかったことを。だけどそれを俺は許す。だから今日に至ったその行為も俺は許す。
ケイイチ。
だからみんなもレナも今日に至るまでそれに気づけずレナを一人で悩ませた俺を許してくれ。それが今日を招いた俺の罪だ。
ケイイチさん。
このヤバい袋の山を知ったのは俺たちだけだ。俺たち全員が秘密にすればそれでおしまいだ。レナは何も気にすることはない。最初の予定通りにこの袋をどこかに隠しちまおうぜ。そして全員で塩でお清めでもして一丁上がりだ。そしたら俺たちは全ての罪を許し合おう。そして取り戻そうぜ、本当に平穏な日々を。これだろ。レナが本当に選びたかった未来ってやつはこっちなんだろ。最善の選択肢は。
ケイイチくん。
I jump in the hood of the abandoned car Rena was standing on and I reach for her hands.
認めろ。こっちが本当にレナが来たかった世界なんだよ。レナが本当に選びたかった選択肢なんだよ。確かにこの選択肢はレナ一人だけじゃ選べない。レナと俺たちが互いに手を差し伸べ合ってしか選べないんだ。つまり俺だけが差し伸べても意味がないんだよ。俺だけじゃない、みんなが差し伸べる。だからレナ、お前も手を伸ばせ。それで互いに手をつかみ合って初めてお前は本当に選びたかった選択肢の向こうの世界に行けるんだよ。
ケイイチくんの言葉は本当なら嬉しいよ。でもみんなもそうだとは限らないよ。
A little hand touched mine. It was Rika-chan.
リカちゃん。レナは決して汚れてなんかいない。あなたは決して屈しなかった。そしてこんなにも泥だらけになりながら今日という日をつかみ取っている。そんなあなたをどうして私は認めずにいられるのか。
Rika-chan's small hand was strong and she spoke eloquently.
私は逃れられない不幸の迷宮に飲まれ、すべてに失望する堕落の心地よさを知っている。だからこそたった一人で屈することなく戦い続け、今日を得た あなたのたくましさが理解できる。そんなあなたが身近にいることを誇りに思おう。私も圭一と同じ。あなたの罪を許す。だからあなたも私の罪を許してほしい。リカちゃん。私は無力な小娘だけれど、きっと戦えた。自分も運命に屈しない。レナのように戦う。だから私をあなたの仲間として許してもらいたい。
Rika-chan usually acts childish, but now she was like a totally different person. She meant every word she was saying. And then another little hand reached out to ours.
サトコ。
Satoko put her hand over mine and Rika-chan's. She didn't say anything, looking down for a while. Rika-chan urged her to speak.
私もリカも両親を失って一人ぼっちですけれど、今日までそれを嘆いたことはありませんでしたよ。皆さんという仲間という家族がいたから。私はこれからも皆さんとレナさんと仲間という名の家族でありたいと思っていますのよ。家族同士だからこそ時には全てを打ち明け合うのは当然ですわ。だから今日はいいきっかけになったと思ってますの。互いの罪を許し合う機会が恵まれたことに感謝いたしましたよ。
仲間という名の家族か。さとこにしちゃいい例えだな。
レナさんの罪を許しますわ。どうか私の罪も許してくださいませ。
A big hand reached out for ours. It was Mion's.
仲間の大切さを語るのは部長である私の役目だと思ってただけに、いやはや私も部長失格かななんて。
ミオ。
ごめん、ふざけたね。
Mion still smiled and scratched her head.
レナの境遇を察しなかったことを仲間として部長として恥じるよ。許してほしい。もちろんレナが私たちに相談しなかったことも許すよ。それは私が打ち明けるに足る存在じゃなかったってことだからね。私はリーダーであらねばと日々努力しているはずなのに全然至ってなかった。その未熟さは私の責任だから、レナの罪を許す。
レナ、俺たちは全員手を重ねて差し伸べたぞ。こっちは全部揃った。あとはお前だけなんだ。手を伸ばせ。こっちへ来い。お前が本当に来たかった世界はこっちなんだ。もう手は全員が差し伸べてる。あとはレナだけなんだ。だからためらうな。
レナは人殺しだよ。きっとみんなに迷惑をかけるよ。レナ、私たちは。
リカちゃん、もう余計なことは言わなくていい。俺たちは全員で手を重ねて差し伸べている。この事実にこれ以上上塗りする言葉は何も必要ない。だからレナにだって言葉はいらないんだ。ただ黙ってこっちへ手を伸ばせばいいんだ。来いレナ。夢とか幻とかじゃない。 ましてや手遅れでも何でもない。レナにはまだ選べる選択肢が残ってるんだ。だから選べ。間に合う。来るんだ。俺たちはやり直せるんだ。
Rena slowly reached out and her hand touched ours. She didn't hold our hands. All she needed to do was to touch our hands to show us her will. Rena chose to live, to share her life with her friends, rather than to refuse them for the rest of her life. I took a step closer to her and firmly grabbed her wrist. It was getting dark and some stars had appeared in the sky. We all forgave each other for our sins for the first time. And it was a little embarrassing, but Rena's tears made us all cry and we just kept crying together. We stood in a circle, holding each other by the shoulder and putting our heads together in the middle. We are a family made of friends. We forgave each other and we are happy together. There's a memory in the back of my mind, but it's not supposed to exist. I tried to save one of my friends in that world. In order to do that, I rejected all of my other friends. I acted recklessly alone, and I brought about the end of the world. So he's remembering Tatari Higurashi now. This is interesting. The situation we had here is the same as the incident in that faraway world, in the sense that people have been deprived of their lives in order to save one friend of mine. But other than that, it was different. We have Rena, Mion, Satsuko, and Rika-chan, and myself. Nobody was missing here. We were going to regain them. We were going to regain those happy and peaceful days. The road going there might be a little rough, but we'll walk it together. We all will. We went to the place in the mountains of Yaguchi that Ren had picked for burying the bags. Carrying corpses is a scary thing to do, but it made us united more strongly because of that. Since each part of the corpses is in a separate plastic trash bag, we can tell what's inside in each bag by touching it. First, we forced ourselves to laugh whenever we had to touch the bodies. We were scared, but after a while we got used to it to the point where we could make jokes about it. What? Of course, all of that was probably a bluff, but we all tried our best. Mion somehow had detailed knowledge of how to hide corpses, and she told me to dig the hole deeper. Rika-chan helped to carry the bags. Satsuko used her talent of setting traps to perfectly camouflage the place where we buried the bags. I want to see this in the anime, man. I want to see what this looks like, how they're doing this. I want to watch the anime, but I'll wait until I finish the whole the main series, main chapters at least. I was in charge of digging the hole. Rena dug it earlier, but I made it a little deeper. After we finished all that, we walked back to the place where we parked our bicycles and we looked back at the place where we buried the bags. It was completely unnoticeable. We'd never able to find the place again once we left for home. That's how perfect it looked.
よっしゃみんなお疲れさんこれでおしまいだね帰ろ帰ろ
Mion said it cheerfully, as if we just finished club activities or something. Club activity today? Burying dismembered body parts. What? We had no more bags to carry and we no longer had any burden to carry either. We got on our bikes, but Rena was still standing there, looking into the distance.
Oi, Rena.
あ、ごめん。ちょっと熱が出ちゃったみたいで、なんかぼーっとする。
Rena's face looked slightly red. Mion touched Rena's forehead. It was actually a little warm. She had a tough day today. She had to go through so many things. She had to find a place to hide the corpses. She had to dig a hole. We caught her with the bags. We talked about our feelings. And we forgave each other. She must be exhausted after a day like that.
レナ、今日は帰ったらゆっくり休め。
ありがとう。そうするね。
レナ、私たちはもう全部許し合ったんだよ。だから自分を責めちゃダメだからね。
やっぱりみんなの言う通りだったよ。
何がだ？
やっぱり私、自分を騙せてなんかなかった。どう自分の行為を美化したって、私は心の中で恐ろしいことをしたと怯えていた。みんなに助けてもらってここまで来てこんななんだもん。もしみんなと会わずに一人で全てを片付けていたら、私は耐えきれず潰されてしまったかもしれない。
She said all this with a bitter smile. It might take her a long time to heal from the pain. But it must be 100 times shorter than the time it would have taken if she did this all alone. Rena's home was the closest from here. Rena went her way and the four of us were left behind. Mion made the suggestion.
明日からなんだけどさ、みんな揃って今日のことを忘れるのがいいと思うんだけど、どう思う？
I mean, you better forget the day today.
そうですわね。それが一番レナさんにとって優しいことになると思いますわ。レナは強い人です。僕たちがそう振る舞えばレナもそう振る舞ってくれますですよ。
振る舞いもずっと続けてれば本当になるって言うもんな。
語らないことでそのうち私たちは忘れていくよ。そして完全に忘れきった時が私たちのゴールだね。
おそらくその日は一生かけて来るか来ないかを探ることになると思いますです。そうかもしれませんわね。簡単に忘れられることではありませんでしたよ。
仮に生涯忘れられなくてもいい。大切なのは最後まで全員の胸にしまって秘めておくことなんじゃないかと思う。
思い出させない方が大事だからね。
We nodded in agreement just as my house came into view.
じゃあな、みんな。明日また学校でいつもの通りに。
いつもの通りに。いつも通りにトラップに引っかかり遊ばせですわね。
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。
Okay, Rena time. After I parted with them, I still felt hot and dizzy. It felt really weird. I was even staggering to the front door. I felt as if I was floating in the air, like just I took some very strong cold medicine. Today, something very shocking, something that made me super happy, and something very embarrassing happened to me. I felt as if my heart and my mind were about to explode because they were filled to the brim with both happiness and sadness. I don't know whether I made a crucial mistake today or if I had the happiest day of my life. I don't know which it is, and all I could do was stare blankly into space. I felt frustrated too. Even though they were my friends, I was caught in the act of abandoning the corpses. But at the same time, I felt relieved that my reliable friends accepted what I did. These emotions were all mixed up in my heart and they were equally strong, making it difficult for me to decide what I was feeling. I was losing my sense of balance. It was like the world was warping around me. I heard sounds as if I was in a shower. Everything left me with a feeling of reality. When those emotions were about to make me lose control, I felt a heat on my wrist. The part where Keiichi-kun grabbed me. My feelings weren't cooperating with me. I don't know how to express what I felt when my friends and I held shoulders together in a circle earlier. But that feeling was the only thing I knew to be real.
ただいま。あれ？
As soon as I opened the front door, I smelled it. It smelled, really good. My father isn't good at cooking, but he likes trying to cook creative dishes. I remember he used to cook something very challenging whenever he was in a good mood. So this smell was a sign that he felt that way. That's why I always liked this smell. The reason he's in a good mood is because he found a job. And not just any job, he found a job with a company created by his friends from his old workplace. They remembered my father and promised to hire him. He told me that some of his other colleagues from the old company are also working there. It must be very encouraging for him to work with people he knows because he hasn't worked for a long time. The dinner looked great in contrast to how it tasted. It was a dinner to celebrate his new life, to show his determination to regain his bond with his daughter and make a clean start. I talked about a lot of things with my father that night. It had been a long time since the last time I talked with him like this. I don't remember when it was, but it reminded me of the days I was still happy. Which meant that I'd finally return to that time. My father still believes that Teppei is coming back one day, so he's still very cautious about locking the doors and windows, and he gets scared every time someone rings the doorbell. I told him so many times that they'd never come back, but I couldn't convince him because I couldn't tell him the reason why they won't. He'll eventually realize that he's free. I'm sure it won't take too long. My heart was full of many, many emotions that day. If emotion could actually burst a heart open, it might happen to me. My brain must have been overworked because so many things happened at once. My head was still fuzzy, but I managed to crawl into bed. I felt like the ground was moving, so I totally lost my sense of reality. I remember that I once felt like this when I got the flu. I might get a high fever tomorrow, but I don't care. I don't care if I get sick tomorrow. I just wanted to enjoy the fact that I took a step forward or towards the future of my decision. Keiichi-kun told me something like that today. The high fever and the dizziness made me feel frustrated for some reason. But whenever I felt frustrated, I felt the heat on my wrist too. I grabbed my wrist with my left hand tightly. It made the frustration go away and it brought me relief. Even the dizziness I didn't like just before made me feel like I was in a downfield futon. I was falling asleep in that downfield futon on my first night in a new world. The dizziness didn't go away for a few days, but I gradually got used to it. This new world looked like the world I used to live in before. But the sunshine was a little bit brighter and Keiichi-kun's smile looked a little bit more gentle than before. We made more noise than we used to. We spent every day slowly but in high spirits. What an idiot I am. I underestimate the dizziness and I caught a summer cold in June. I wanted to get better as soon as possible. I should have taken a day from club activities, but I forced myself to play with them every day and that made it hard for me to get better. I finally learned my lesson recently. I don't need to feel frustrated. There's no limit to happiness in this world. As long as we keep wishing for it, it'll continue forever, so I don't need to feel frustrated anymore. Because tomorrow, I will have the happiness I have today. We'll have the Watanagashi festival next Sunday. Michan tells us that we'll have a lot of fun and that we'll go extra crazy. I really can't wait. dude, this is the best. I think the best episode in this chapter so far. Yeah, this is the best. I really love the conversation there. When they were at the dump, all of them. That was really good. Alright, let's check this first. Letter from the forestry office. The tips. It's still June, yet the air is filled with the cries of the cicadas. So how is everyone in Hanimizawa doing? The Higurashi festival is coming just around the corner. We staff members from the forestry service are going to perform a wood sculpting demonstration at the festival. We'll be happy to lend out our tools and teach your kids how to sculpt wood themselves. It'll be an excellent memorial gift. Also, we would like to inform everyone that we were going to cut down trees in the local hills this summer as part of the number Ch.6 Forest Landscape Management Project. Cut down trees in the local hills? Okay, maybe they'll find the bodies. This project involves preserving the beauty of the forest by cutting down old trees and planting new ones. The Forestry Service needs volunteers who are interested in helping us cut down the old trees. You can enjoy the beauty of nature under the blue sky while helping out with this preservation activity. The project will begin during summer break, so you can bring your kids too. This will be a good opportunity for your kids to learn about nature and have a valuable experience. The locations of the project are the forests in the Takatsudo and Yaguchi areas. Yeah, your kids are gonna get an experience. They'll find corpses. Dismembered corpses there. But yeah, as I said, one of the best, or I mean maybe the best episode for this chapter for me. I really loved how they talked to each other when they were in the dump. All of them, yes, all of them there. That was really, really good. It is just funny though, like when they were burying the bodies, right? That's kind of messed up, honestly. Like burying dismembered bodies and all that. Like if you think of it, yeah, in reality, for example, in real life, that is very, very messed up, man. But for this one, for in this game we're playing here, you can say that it's very moving. It's very what else is the word? They're helping each other. They're burying the bodies. Like what the F, right? But yeah, anyways, the conversation there with Keiichi, especially with Keiichi there saying all those things. That was really nice. And we also got some hints, like Keiichi's saying that he's remembering the world from Higurashi, right? So he's actually remembering it. So that is very, very interesting as well, right? Every time we end a full chapter, I suppose, right? Like when we have tips like this, yeah, when we end the full chapter like that, we get something. Like when we did with Rika when she was 2 episodes back, right? When she was drinking, talking to someone there. And then this one, like Keiichi is saying that, that world, I kind of vaguely remember it. It shouldn't have existed, etc., right? That is nice. That is interesting. Maybe he'll remember more as we go through the story or through the other chapters, right? He'll remember the other worlds that ended, right? That's nice. This answer arcs, man, are the best. Seriously. It's really, really good. So, yes. Hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did today. I really, really, really liked that stuff. I really want to see the anime now for some reason, but I'll try to hold out. Yeah, I'll wait until we finish this game. I'll finish these chapters first. I want to see like how they're doing this, right? Because sometimes in the anime, sure, like manga, visual novels are really, really good already. But for the anime, because you see them, for example, you see the actual scenes that they're doing, right? Them walking, them doing this and doing that. So it's also nice to see that, is what I'm saying. Even, for example, whatever the animation is good, animation is bad. Like, that's why I like anime a lot sometimes. Because you can see what is actually, like, happening there, right? So, maybe, we'll see. But yes, we will continue this and do more of Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 6, Tsumihoroboshi, in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.